In a bustling American city, where everyone walked fast and spoke louder than their thoughts, lived a 38-year-old man named Noah Bennett. He wasn't broken in the obvious ways. He had a job, he paid his bills, and he smiled whenever it was required. But deep inside, something crucial was missing himself. Noah worked in a sterile office, surrounded by glass walls and the constant hum of glowing screens. Every single day felt exactly the same. Meetings that led nowhere, emails that meant nothing, conversations that never once touched the heart. He wasn't exactly unhappy, but he wasn't truly alive either. He was just existing. Once, a long time ago, Noah dreamed of creating something of his own. He wanted to build a business, to write down ideas that actually mattered, to live a life that he could genuinely respect. But responsibility arrived early in his life. His parents needed his support. The expectations of others grew heavier and heavier. His dreams were postponed, and then, eventually, they were forgotten altogether. Years slipped by. Quiet. Every night, Noah would return to his empty apartment and sit in silence, mindlessly scrolling through other people's success stories, wondering how life seemed to move forward for everyone else but him. He often told himself, maybe this is just how life is meant to be. But life has a way of not letting that lie survive forever. One evening, while stuck in traffic under a fading orange sky, Noah noticed an old man on the sidewalk, repairing bicycles. The man's hands were dirty, his clothes were worn, but he was smiling. Not the polite, forced kind of smile. It was the real kind, radiating from deep within. That simple smile disturbed Noah. How could someone with so little look so incredibly full, while he, with everything society deemed important, felt so profoundly empty? That night, Noah couldn't sleep. For the first time in years, he asked himself a terrifyingly honest question. If absolutely nothing changed, would I be okay living like this for another 20 years? The answer that echoed in the silence of his room absolutely terrified him. It was a resounding no. The very next morning, Noah did something small but incredibly dangerous. He woke up early, before the city noise began, and wrote down the one thing he had avoided for his entire adult life. What I actually want. The list was messy. It was fearful and uncertain, but it was real. It was his. He didn't dramatically quit his job. He didn't announce some grand transformation to the world. He simply began using his mornings and his nights differently. He learned. He studied. He failed quietly, in the privacy of his own apartment. And he tried again. Some days he felt stupid for even trying. Some days he was so exhausted he just wanted to give up. Many days he was tempted to quit and go back to the familiar comfort of his old life. But something fundamental had shifted inside of him. For the very first time, Noah wasn't running from his life. He was building toward one. Months later, he launched a small side project. It wasn't perfect by any means. It didn't explode overnight and make him a millionaire. But it worked slowly. Honestly, the real change wasn't the money or the small success. It was how Noah started to walk. How he spoke. It was the way he looked at himself in the mirror. He was beginning to trust himself again. 2 years after that fateful evening in traffic, Noah finally left the job that had once drained the life out of him. He didn't escape life, he stepped fully into it. And the strange thing was, nothing magical happened. Life was still hard. Problems still existed. Fear still visited him from time to time. But now, Noah faced it all as someone who had chosen his path, not as someone who was trapped in it. And that's the truth most people never hear. You do lose in life because you fail. You lose because you stop choosing yourself. Your breakthrough doesn't come from quitting everything all at once. It comes from deciding quietly, bravely, and with no one else watching that you deserve more. And the moment you choose yourself, life starts meeting you halfway. Thanks for watching.